Hi, editing Michelle, already interrupting like 0.3 seconds into the video. I just had to say because I know you guys are gonna ask, but I forgot to change my settings to the camera when I'm in this specific room. So it made my precious pink walls and then my skin look very, very just dull and glowy at the same time. If there's one thing about me, I do not like to change camera settings. So in typical influencer fashion, we can just blame Garrett. My Powerpuff Girl phone still looks pretty good, and that's like the most important part. But I knew people were gonna ask, so I thought I would just intervene and let you know. Okay, enjoy the video, and thank you so much for watching. Have I told you guys, what have I told you guys repeatedly? Never expect a professional athlete to be faithful, even if your is fat. In fact, I think the bigger the booty cheeks, the more that man's gonna cheat. It's just science. One of the hottest women alive says she got cheated on. People are going absolutely insane about Meg Thee Stallion and what some would call this man. Hello, welcome. If you are new here, I will apologize. You don't know who I am. I slapped you like 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 times in the beginning, and I will apologize for that. But everyone else, if you are saying, how the hell did this man cheat on Meg Thee Stallion? She's got Stallion in her name. That must mean something. Meg Thee Stallion with 2 E's. She's a Grammy-winning rapper, a songwriter, a performer known for her confidence persona, her viral hits, a sharp lyricism, and of course, the body, the booty, the Bertha. I'd rather be a B-I-T-C-A. Megan rose to fame through her freestyle videos and social media, and she became a major force in the hip-hop community with songs like Savage and WAP. Remember the song that Ben Shapiro covered?
I said certified freestyles. 7 days a week.
Meg Thee Stallion has always kind of caused a debate. Keep in mind, I'm not someone who follows all of these pop culture things like in my personal life. It's mostly on my YouTube life. So if something's going on, I'll look into it or a video and then I'm right back watching Bob's Burgers.
Guys, I'm freaking out. Oh God, oh God.
So if I miss something, keep in mind, I mostly watch Bob's Burger, The Misadventures of Flapjack.
There she blows, boy.
SpongeBob. Okay, I'm doing my best. But from what I remember, Meg Thee Stallion always caused this conversation and a little bit of a gender war, especially when it came to her relationships. And it involves, well, Meg Thee Stallion's foot. Meg Thee Stallion was already blowing up in around 2019 to 2020, especially during the summertime when she came out with Hot Girl Summer. All the girls wanted to have a hot girl summer. I did like the song. I personally still hated summer. I'm not really very hot during summer. I'm sweaty and hot. Can't stand it. Anyway, after that song, she got a rapidly growing fan base, and around the same time, she would meet a man named Tory Lanez. Lanez? I think it's Lanez. Tory was also an established artist, and he was known for his rap style and very huge industry connections. And Meg and Tory were in similar music circles and linked up well professionally. They would collaborate on the song Scat. It seems like a casual collaboration. It was pretty much a typical industry overlap. They have similar sounds, both are very successful, they have their foot in the door. Eventually, as some ways go, flirtation was starting to report and get picked up on social media.
Official shot o'clock. Live right here on Quarantine Radio.
Some other things would get picked up as in tension, especially when there was a lot of alcohol involved. So the incident that would end them and possibly almost end Megan's life was in July of 2020 after a party at Kylie Jenner's house in Los Angeles. So fun. I wish I could be involved. Question for the audience, do you guys want to hang out with celebrities? Because I'm scared of them. People that have that kind of money in general, and popularity, and, well, power, right? Like, they could say anything about me, and people would say, oh yeah, no, it has to be right because I like, well, their song, right? Like, I just have no interest in hanging out with a celebrity, ever. Even the ones where I like their work. I just like to like their work, shake my booty cheeks to their song, watch their movies, and then keep it pushing. Like, I think it's always funny when I hear people in, like, the comment section, and they're like, man, I wish I could hang out with Michelle. Are you sure? All I do is kind of, well, watch the shows that I just told you about. Bob's Burgers, Flapjack, Imaginary Friends, and I can't think of the freaking, now why can't I think of the name? Anyway, I watch cartoons, I craft. It's very boring. You don't need to hang out with me, I'm telling you. You will be so disappointed. I make too many SpongeBob references. It's probably really annoying. Also, didn't I slap you at the beginning of this video? Do you really want to catch these hands?
Catch me outside, how about that?
Anyway, back to Kylie Jenner's party that I don't really think I want to go to. I feel like there's a lot of drugs and weird stuff that happens, and it did. Allegedly, Megan and Troy left together in a vehicle. Oh, never mind. It didn't happen at her party. It was just influenced. You know, the buildup. At some point, an argument broke out, and according to Megan, she exited the car during the dispute, and that's when she says Troy fired a gun at her foot. Megan had to go through a lot of medical treatment to remove the bullet and the fragments.
The arguing in the car is getting worse, and I don't want to be in this car no more, like, because I see it's getting crazy. So I get out the car, and it's like everything happens so fast. And all I hear is this man screaming, he said, "Dance, bitch." And he started shooting.
And when this first happened, there wasn't a lot of information. People just heard that Megan got shot in the foot by the Troy dude. And it turned into this huge public controversy, and Megan described the feeling of her foot getting shot as stepping on a lot of glass.
The adrenaline is pumping so hard. I'm not sure if he hit me. Like, I feel it, but I don't understand what's happening. So I look down at my feet and I'm like, oh my God, like I'm really bleeding. So I like drop down and I crawl in somebody's driveway.
And this whole thing would turn into a huge controversy online. It was another battle of men versus women. The men were saying,
Oh, what did she do to get shot?
and the women were saying, she got shot in the foot. I'm not too sure why this was a debate. Anyway, for 2 years, people would debate about this foot incident. And eventually in 2022, Corey, or wait, what was his name? Tory. That was Troy. No, it's Tory. Have I been saying Troy this whole time? I feel like sometimes I read my notes oddly. His name's Tory Lanez. Oh my God, now Tory Lanez. Anyway, Tory Lanez would be found guilty 2 years later in 2022 for this incident. So I guess the women won this one, since was a debate or a war. What happened to Troy, actually? I didn't put that in my notes. Oh, his booty cheeks is in prison for 10 years. Oh, and he was reportedly stabbed in prison in 2025 and is now suing prison officials for $100 million. So that's what's going on. That war settled, and now there's another war. So through the years, Meg would have a couple other, flings and relationships, but she would finally get out of like the musical relationship and start leaking into the world of athleticism. In walks a tall, light-skinned brother named Klay Thompson, a professional NBA basket player for the Dallas Mavericks. I don't do sports. Not the players, I don't watch, but I do have insight on the culture as my dad was a professional football player. Let me just tell you, they all the same.
Oh my God, Michelle, you're kind of racist against professional athletes.
Okay, honestly, I'm kind of fine with it. But Meg met Klay and everyone said, damn, that's a good one. Everyone loved them together, especially because Megan said he is one of the good ones. He is such a nice guy. Honey, Meg was in love. They were kissing on Instagram, hugging as they stare into the camera. Listen, this man was taking her on brisk walks on private beaches, hand in hand, a charcuterie board. Oh, he bought her cheese. What's this? Oysters. Ooh, oysters. Oysters. Am I saying that right? Doesn't matter. I actually don't like oysters. I've never tried them and I never will, and no amount of comments will ever get me to try them. I'll stay in my own ignorant bubble and say that I don't like them, but it's like a rich people thing, right? Rich people love oysters. I mean, look at this guy. He's awkwardly sitting like, yeah, she loves this. I did great. No man that awkwardly sits like that on the beach is ever gonna do anything wrong, right? He wants to serve his queen. I mean, look at him. She's sitting there enjoying the charcuterie board as he runs off into the beach to go swim and frolic with the dolphin. People were really happy for her.
I'm in my element. I got my queen on board. Of course I feel cool. I'm the coolest guy in this harbor. That's for like this.
Well, color everyone surprised that the happy couple, the golden retriever NBA boyfriend, the guy that got her a charcuterie board on the beach. Well, Megan got on the internet and had some news for everyone. Like a few days ago. I'm surprised I'm getting to this pretty quick. Fans woke up to Meg Thee Stallion's new story where she said, cheating had me around your whole family playing house. Got cold feet, in quotes. Holding you down through all your horrible mood swings and treatment toward me during your basketball season. Now you don't know if you can be monogamous? Bitch! I need a real break after this one. Bye, y'all. Yeah, I mean, seems about right. just to answer the question, I don't know if I can be monogamous. He can. He sounds weak mentally and physically. I saw his calves. I guess you don't have to have great, developed calves when you play basketball. You need to be like that. But from my experience, and I learned this from a very young age, observing things that happened, at least in the football community, but we also had like professional basketball people coming over sometimes. Let me just give you a secret. To play it safe, just keep in your mind that they all cheat.
But like the wives are in the first row and the girlfriends are 3 rows back. No. Oh yeah, I've been to training camps where, the girlfriends are in a hotel down the street.
The women most likely doing it too, but I wasn't around professional women athletes. I was around professional men athletes and their wives who thought I couldn't hear things. It's a boys' club.
When it comes to the actual culture that's allowed in the locker room, that's another thing. It's tough, and I would be lying if I would say like I'm a guy that's like stepping down on people talking about they're doing the things. It's kind of like people's own business.
These guys are gone days at a time. If we're talking about baseball, they're gone for like weeks, months, right? Spring training, right? I know what happens in Arizona.
In the majors, most guys got a whole bunch of families spread out over the 50 states. When spring training starts, you get your Florida wife. When it's regular season, it's open season, if you know what I'm talking about.
When I worked at a gym, they would always come in all the time, say certain things. They were all married. But it's a boys' club. They like to give off the impression, like you have to give off the impression that you are a normal, monogamous, I want to get married and have 2.5 children type of person. It's very conservative. It's very traditional. Having that facade makes sponsors salivate. Don't you want to be the next Shaq?
At Papa John's, the Shaq-a-Roni is back. It's our extra biggie, ultra foldy, super pepperoni pizza.
To be fair, I don't think Shaq is the most traditional guy, but in the beginning, he had the wife that he cheated on. Actually, Shaq's ex-wife, Shaundi Henderson, said that he was a serial cheater, and most of them are. I want to say all, but I will say most, because I don't know every single person, but in my head, it's every single one of y'all. And if you keep that in your head when it comes to dating these types of men, nothing they say will be surprised, like,
I don't know if I can be monogamous.
Because you can't. You're weak. Anyway, so she left it at that, and people said, oh, I love that. She just did like a quick little thing, and she's moving on. But no, she actually got on and started talking about it. So let's watch that.
Okay, so I don't even like addressing nothing.
And you don't have to. Something that always gets me is when there is a breakup, people always ask, like, give us a story time. Like I saw this girl on TikTok, eyes bawling. I don't really know who she was, but she came up on my For You page, so she must have been really important. And I guess she would do like couples content, her and her boyfriend, and she got online saying, I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm just really sad today. I know I promised a question and answer about the breakup. And people were like, okay, but hurry, like take care of yourself, but hurry, I really need to know. The way that I would tell you guys and anyone else to lick my fat while I fart, if you ask me to give you a question and answer or story time about my breakup that just happened while I'm in tears. Absolutely not. I'd be kind of mad if you asked what happened if I just said me and Garrett broke up. I think I told you guys that I wouldn't even tell you guys if we broke up. You would figure it out if you saw different background character, right? Like, why does it matter? But I think she was getting pressured because this whole thing blew up. The perfect boyfriend cheated on Meg Thee Stallion, and so that's probably why she got on here to tell people. Or I would have just left it at that. But I mean, if she wants to play the game and make him look like an awful person, he probably could.
And I think that's why it's hard for me to spit it out.
All right, I know she's like upset. It's just, I'm looking at the audio peaks as I watch this on my own computer, and there's like 5 audio peaks, and there's like a lot of silent parts in between. So I just think she could have like gotten to the point really, really quick. Like the post kind of told us like everything that we needed to know. Now that I pulled this up, I'm like, did she say anything relatively important?
I don't know why it's so hard for me to say.
Oh, that was it. Okay, so I guess she didn't say anything. Anyway, this would spark a war, especially when Meg still had to perform and people were speculating that she was crying on stage because of Mr. Klay Thompson, but she still had to perform. Because even though you want the tears to flow and you want to roll up into your bed and watch rom-com, you still gotta put your SpongeBob thong on in the morning and go to work. But once they saw the tears flowing on stage, the ladies were ready to go to war for Meg. But of course, there is the other side, the men. There's a whole gender war thing again going on, and a lot of men are saying that she kind of deserved it. I was trying to find why she deserved it. I think it has something to do with, well, she put a black man in jail for getting shot in the foot that he decided to do, but I'm not too sure. So a lot of the videos were like a waste of time, but I found one guy talking about how doing the whole thing of girls are so dumb. Why would they ever think that a man man would like them.
I'm finna tell y'all the hard truth that no female wanna hear. Klay Thompson never wanted Meg Thee Stallion, he just wanted to hit. He just wanted to hit it. A lot of dudes use that, oh, I'm gonna get in a relationship with us, and she think a relationship is what it's gonna take to hit. I do that. I play my role for a minute until I get the thing I want. And I don't know, for some reason, women think just because a man have money, he is gonna be faithful.
I don't think that. Who the hell thinks that? A lot of freaking people. This guy's actually right when it comes, not to the majority, but from what I was seeing on TikTok, I don't know if these women were young or kind of stupid in a fantasy. I'm not too sure, but when I see rich man, I think complete cheater. I had a lot of rich clients, well, like their husbands were rich, and so they would tell me a lot of things. Being a personal trainer, for some reason, you're also a therapist as well. Not one of those rich guys were faithful. Not one. I mean, broke people can cheat too. I'm just saying, when you have tons of money, it means you have more power. And I think that they think that they can get away with it. But anyway, I saw a lot of women saying, he bought her a car. Mr. Klay Thompson bought Meg Thee Stallion a Bentley for her birthday, and people were like, oh my God, he's such a great guy. Ladies, I just have to say, what is a Bentley to a professional athlete? What is money to a professional athlete? He probably cheated on her the day that he bought her that Bentley because he felt kind of bad. And then once he gave it to her, they took the picture, he went home and cheated on her again. Allegedly, in my head. I'm reading some of the comments. Klay didn't smile this much when he won the championship. I'm happy she found someone that respects and treats her right. How do you know? He is himself, naturally, not a follower, respectful, all winning qualities. Well, he respectfully told her, I don't know if I can keep my dick in my pants for just you, just so you know. So, I mean, I guess if you're talking about respectful in that way, he is a little bit more respectful than the other athletes who will just get married, have the woman bear the children, and then continue to cheat on her. So yeah, I guess this person's right. Okay, so I looked up a few things, and it looks like a lot of the men are upset because Meg Thee Stallion opened her mouth and told everyone that Klay Thompson cheated. And it looks like it came from one of the popular like sports podcast bros. Another man with a microphone, but sports.
Megan Thee Stallion. You are a stallion. She is going on about Klay Thompson. When I heard about them together, what did I do? Bravo! Why is she telling his business?
Because she can. Honey, I'm a very private person, but all bets are off if the other person cheats. Garrett knows the arrangement, and if I cheated on Garrett, I would expect him, the man who does not like to really be, you know, like he's not into social media, he doesn't like it. He pretty much just likes to watch me and like video game stuff. But if I cheated, I would expect him to actually get on the internet just once. Because what do you mean, why is she out here telling his business? He made it somebody else's business, and now I'm gonna make it everybody else's. That was the critique?
As y'all would say, spilling the tea. I'm not saying whatever she felt was wrong. I don't know what happened in their relationship.
You just don't like when a woman speaks out about this. To be fair, I kind of already knew he probably had like weird mood swings going on. A lot of them do. God, in the football industry, I mean, they get hit in the head quite a bit. And my dad had CTE or has CTE. He's part of that lawsuit and study thing that was going on. I don't know if it ended, but he was part of that whole thing from like the old school football players because he got messed up in the head. Actually, some of those football players were using that as an excuse to cheat.
Don't want to know. Ain't none of my damn business. Ain't none of y'all's either. But Megan Thee Stallion made it so. I've made the decision to end my relationship.
Don't you dare, sir, use those little AI Barbie things with the smug face that I love for your thing. Do not kill this for me.
That's where I want the ladies to listen.
Okay, well, I will actually not be listening since that's what you want. Turn you off, and I'm gonna move on, sir. Anyway, Megan swiftly removed every single post of Mr. Klay Thompson and his very tiny calf, and she's eating a new version of Flaming Hot Cheetos.
Flaming Hot Dill Pickle was a limited time thing, but that flavor combo was so fire. Kind of like if Megan Thee Stallion and Nickelback.
Oh, and I guess she's collaborating with Nickelback. Well, good for her. But has Klay said anything? Well, he did write something. An ex allegedly posted his cheating journal. It's chicken scratch, but someone helped us out as, shocker, Klay has horrible penmanship when talking about cheating. Anyway, it's kind of all over the place. He's not great at punctuation, but I can summarize it for you. So he talks about the perks of the lifestyle of his off-court life when it comes to sex. He talks about how crazy it is to be in the gym and he works out really hard. He questions if he's a womanizer and if if he is insecure, but he also says the experience is euphoric and exhilarating, and that he's got any woman pretty much at his fingertips. Nationwide. He loves that he gets to fly above the clouds, and it's one of his greatest achievements of mankind. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Who knows if this is legit, if it's AI, if it's made up, if this is for clout. I have no idea, but it was floating around the interwebs, and it was kind of related to me as one of my girlfriends loves to date athletes, and one of them actually did have a cheating journal. He had all the dates and everything. I think it was probably more if someone came around and said that they got pregnant, but he was also an idiot and left it around, so she found it. Now, did anything come from his mouth about this situation recently? No, not really. He's actually enjoying his life on his boat.
Oh, man.
At the end of the day, his main audience are men, and like that other man said in the video, actually multiple men in this video said, is that it's his business. He's still going to be rich. He's still going to play the game. He'll probably play a great game. He will still find a woman to be with, multiple women, and life will go on. Let's be completely honest, this is part of the culture, and it's completely normal. He's probably getting high fives in the locker room right now. And the weirdos on the internet are trying to find a way to make this Meg's problem for this creature's falling into another woman's hole. But at least Megan will use this to her advantage and probably make some song that all of us girlies can shake our booty cheeks to this summer and win another award. Anyway, that is the story that went absolutely viral over TikTok. I watched it all, looked it up so that you wouldn't doom scroll for 2 to 3 hours trying to figure it out and rot your precious brain. Thank you guys so much for watching, and remember what I said. If you plan on dating a professional athlete, they will most likely probably cheat on you, even if you have a fat. Good job, you guys got it. Bring that forehead here. I just got it. Kiss it, because it is the most perfect size that I've ever seen. It's not too big, not too small. It's like the most perfect forehead I've ever seen in my life.
Drag him through the dirt where the roots run deep. Drag him, let the forest hum him to sleep. Drag him, all that noise don't mean a thing when the quiet girls start to sing. Drag him past the lies and the cheap control. Drag him, let the ground take back his soul. Drag him, he can preach, but we don't obey. Not today.